Good evening, good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Hugo with Long and Foster here. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Bear with me a second. The stickler in me is getting the better of me. The perfectionist in me is getting the better of me right now. So bear with me one moment. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good day. I hope that it was very relaxing and very educational. I hope you learned something today. It's always very important to learn things, and every day we are learning a little bit more about ourselves and this world and what happens when we actually put our brains into motion. So today, guys, we're going to be talking about the top 10 home improvements with the best ROI for 2023. This has been a list that's been compiled from a few different places. I can give you guys the sources later. But the most important thing to keep in mind when investing back into a property before sale is to budget and to set a budget for how much you're going to spend, as well as how much you're actually going to need to close and all these other expenses that might come up with the process of selling a property. Now, keeping in mind that the list will give you a margin of return on your investment for actually purchasing that one particular item, the value and worth that these upgrades can actually provide to your property can actually be several times more. Especially if you're talking about a property that's been completely remodeled, where the vision and the design is all cohesive. Especially also a situation where you have a updated inside, but the outside is more of a classic or traditional style. There's tons of different variations on this that you can get into, but the most important thing is that we want to budget, because remember, all expenses that we put into the property are going to be coming out of your proceeds at some point. Hold on to your receipts. Use plans if you can, like credit cards or other features from stores that might provide you points, and try to maximize points using offers that you might get from these different companies to leverage the most for your money and how much you spend. Sometimes when you buy materials for these contractors, you might actually get more discount than you would otherwise, especially if you take out a Home Depot credit card. Again, we're talking about spending on something we're already going to be spending on, paying off something we already have money for, and building up credit with something that we need every day. As a homeowner, I suggest everyone get a Home Depot credit card if possible and use it whenever you need to, and have money for it. Really budget it into your expenses every month so that you don't get shocked by a surprise or a situation where you didn't expect this unexpected water heater or unexpected roof leak or whatever it is. So today we're going to be talking about the most important improvements that you can make and the ones that are seem like the best for this last year. There's usually a report, and I can get you guys the report, but more than anything, what you need to know is using good quality contractors. I highly recommend that if you're thinking about improving your property prior to getting it listed for sale, use Curbio. I have a referral program where if we go together to Curbio and tell them, hey, we want to do this, this, and this to the property, they'll send out a consultant to get an estimate on the property within 24 hours and give us an idea of how much it could take. It's no obligation. They come out, do the work, and check it out, and they'll let you know. The great thing about Curbio, three great things that I like about Curbio is that they'll come out and do the inspection for you within 24 hours, and they'll check out the property. Well, I can say a tons of things. I'm just thinking about all the things that are great about Curbio. But the first one is that they can do it so fast. The second one is that they will offset the cost, I should say, of renovating the property till after the property is sold, and they get compensated at closing. And they also do staging and photography for the property when you work with them. So when you renovate a property, you get all these added benefits. You get quality materials, and you get quality, trusted contractors that work with this company that is called Curbio. It's really a fantastic program that a lot of my sellers have leveraged to make their properties top notch very quickly. They look great. And if they don't, they warranty their work. So they will come, and it's all under one roof. So you don't really worry about anything going wrong because there's only one point of contact. And from there, it's all being taken care of. So they streamline the process. There's an app for it. It's really, really an amazing program. And I would love to talk to you guys more about that. And hopefully, maybe get someone from Curbio to come on and speak to you more about the hesitations that they have, about some of the questions that most of my clients have. And the biggest thing is, like, it seems too good to be true, but it works because the theory is this: that you're renovating the property, sell it for top dollar. And we're talking about renovating in the key areas that matter. So taking the time to address kitchens, bathrooms, making sure that paint and all these very specific things are being taken care of so that your property hits the market looking the best that it can on the budget that we have to work with. If we can't do it all, they work with you. So that's the other nice thing too, is that if you would like to maybe come out with more proceeds, they will work with you. So there is a point of contact there. They're all very communicative. So I have loved working with them in the past and can't wait to work with them again. So let me tell you guys, HVAC conversion is number one. Converting a fossil fuel burning furnace to an electric heat pump, installing new lines and wall units, average cost is about 17,747. Average resale value about 18,366, and cost recoup is about 103.5%. So we're talking about converting the fossil fuel HVAC to a heat pump. And what the heat pump does is that it uses a more efficient means, typically of making the same or even more heat. So you'd be surprised how efficient some of these heat pumps can be. And they're incredible. They're little motors. I've seen some great ones from Mitsubishi that I've had experience with. And if you have any, please let me know. Actually, I would ask if you have any contractors that you think deserve a shout out and worth more work. Leave them in the comments below. We're always looking for new contractors that are trustworthy, licensed, and bonded, and can do superb work. Garage door replacements. Removing and disposing of 16 by 7 foot garage doors and replacing them with 4 section doors with heavy duty galvanized steel tracks. The cost is usually about 4,300 and the resale value is about 4,400. So we're talking about a 102.7% recoup on cost. That's just replacing the garage door. Manufactured stone veneers. Adding stone veneers to the bottom third of the front of the house and replacing the bottom third of the siding with manufactured stone veneer. Average cost is about 10,925, and average resale value is about 11,177, 102.3%. This speaks a lot to the outer curb appeal of the property. It can sometimes benefit, especially if the property has had a long time of being built over time, where you have different sidings that can help make the whole thing very cohesive. It just really depends on a case by case basis. Entry door replacement, steel. Removing an existing 3 to 6 by 8 entry door and jambs and replacing it with a new 20 gauge steel door unit, including clear dual pane half glass panels, jambs, and aluminum threshold with composite stone. That's 2,214, and you recoup on that is 2,235. So we're talking only about a 0.9% recoup on your investment. And that's really making a heavy duty door. But they're very fancy. They look very nice, and the glass looks very clean. Minor kitchen remodel. Updating an outdated 200 square foot kitchen with new cabinet fronts and hardware, new energy efficient appliances, and laminate countertops and resilient flooring. Average cost 26,214, and the average resale on that is 27,674. That's about 105.6% cost to recoup. So that by far is one of the biggest areas where I will say that we see a difference on your investment. The kitchen is so important. So many people spend so much time in the kitchen, and it really is the heart of the home. So think about that when you're doing the remodel. And think about what someone would like when they're coming into the home. Don't think about what you like, because you're not going to be buying it, you're selling it. Window replacements, vinyl. Replacing 10 existing 3 by 5 foot double hung windows with insulated low E simulated divide light vinyl windows. Average cost is about 19,385, and the average resale on those is about 20,081, about 3.6% recoup on your investment there. Windows, any windows will help with energy efficiency. They'll help on your utilities. The cost every month will go down. It is a great long term investment, especially if you have an older structure. Number 7, deck additions, a wood deck. Adding a 16 by 20 foot deck under pressure treated joists supported by 4 by 4 posts anchored to concrete piers. Average cost about 15,000. Average resale is about 15,000. So you basically get the same money that you put in on that. Aesthetically though, mentally though, what that does to the value of a property, especially after the pandemic, it's noticeable. You can tell the difference. A property with a deck is selling for more. Yes, it's maintenance, but you gotta look at the long term livability of the property and growing into it, the seasonality of the area that you're buying, and also can you incur the cost? Decks do need to be maintained. So budgeting some money to coat and protect and prime the deck is essential for the longevity and preservation of that investment. So make sure that if you know that you would like to spend time outside of your property on a deck, that you're aware of what it takes to maintain a good deck. And I speak more to wood. Now they're great materials. They're very low maintenance. So you got to think about it, but it all comes with money too. So the low maintenance ones tend to be a little bit pricier. It's engineered wood versus a normal wood. Siding replacement, fiber cement. Removing and disposing of existing siding and replacing it with new fiber cement siding, factory primed and painted. Average cost is about 19,626, and average resale value is about 20,000. So it's only about a 1.9% cost recoup. And again, talking to the outside of the property. Roofing replacement, asphalt shingles, removing existing roofing and replacing it with new 30-year architectural asphalt shingles. Average cost is about 25,000. Average resale value is about 25,000. So that's another investment that you pretty much get what you paid for. The reason is that it's basic maintenance. Most of the items, the higher ticket items that you see getting lower resale values, are basic maintenance items. We're talking about HVACs, we're talking about the roof, we're talking about sidings. These are things that should be taken care of over time as the property ages, is the theory. But we all know that that doesn't happen, and sometimes it doesn't happen on a regular basis. So, and finally, for number 10, a bathroom addition. Adding a full 6 by 8 foot bathroom over a crawl space with a concrete wall, with poured concrete walls, a wood framed floor, and raft and roof rafters. It's fancy, guys. Average cost is going to be about 49,000, and the average resale is going to be about 50,000. We're talking about a full blown addition, so it's about a point 0.8 return on your investment. So even a full blown bathroom addition isn't necessarily the best thing to do. So you have to be smart about how you do your properties. Too many rooms, and let me say this louder so that some of you can understand this that might be investing. Too many rooms is not always a good thing. I really don't know how to say that. You cannot cram 7 rooms in a property that's 1,600 square feet. Like, it just does not work like that. So think about how people live and think about the spaces. Think about legally what you need. When these properties are being proposed by realtors to be set up to the market, they have to go through a point by point check of like what they are and what they have. And we update as we go over time. We don't pry into the information of these homes until it is necessary because they go to the public market, and we are, as professionals, trying to protect the public. So knowing things about when the property was made, what work has been done, who was licensed to do the work, is the person even still in business, these are all things that can help you in not only leasing the property but also reselling the property. If you can get warranties, manuals. I saw this beautiful welcome manual the other day that had all the information for all the appliances that the homeowner had collected, and it was part of the tenant's handbook, the rules and regulations for the lease, and also all the manuals that they needed in case anything went wrong, with a few extra filters and a few other things. Working with landlords like that is amazing, and working with sellers like that have that information prepared, it is streamlines the process and makes it so much easier to fight for your top dollar. And that's what I'm here to do, is really to help you and advocate for you more than anything else. So if you have any further questions about leasing, buying, selling, investing, let me know. Today's lesson was about maximizing, your ROI on these individual investments, but all of them together can do so much more. Check out Curbio.com. It's a great site, a great tool. I would love to introduce you to them because of a referral program that we have. We can definitely streamline the process for you. And if you have any other questions, check out the website, yourrealtorhugo.com. My phone number is 240-389-4846, and my email is hugo@lnf.com. Don't forget, for this episode, go ahead and leave a contractor or someone that you would recommend that's trusted, licensed, and insured that you think would be a great person to get more business. Never know who sees these videos and might call them up for their next job. So I hope you're having a great evening. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining the live. My name is Hugo Quintanilla. Always a pleasure. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care.